12 of the fantasy baseball season. And this week, here's a few pitchers I've looked at on the waiver wire. The first guy's Patrick Corbin of the Washington Nationals. So Corbin, he got off to a bad start early in the season, but right now he's starting to get things going and pitch better here for this national team. On the season, 70 and 2/3, 4-5 record, 76 hits, 44 earned runs, 12 homers, 27 walks, 55 strikeouts, a 5.60 ERA, and a 1.46 WHIP with 5 quality starts for Corbin on the season. But the last couple weeks, he's really got things going. Is Corbin, 26 innings, 2-0 record, 18 hits, 3 homers, 7 walks, 23 strikeouts, 2.88 ERA, and a 1.09 WHIP with 3 quality starts. So Corbin, he's going out there now, and he's getting in rhythm finally for this national team after struggling the last season and a half here for this ball club. And he's going deeper into games. He's hitting the strike zone, and his walks are definitely going down as well. So the last 3 games for Corbin: June 9th at Tampa Bay, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks, a 5.40 ERA, and a 1.40 WHIP. Then June 15th versus the Pirates, he almost went the distance, 8 1/3, got the win, 8 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 7 Ks, a 1.08 ERA, 1.08 WHIP, and a quality start. And then June 20th yesterday versus the New York Mets, 6 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 homers, a walk, 7 strikeouts, a 3 ERA, and an 0.83 WHIP with a quality start. So Corbin right now, he's pitching well. Obviously the Nationals are happy, and he's also available right now. Is Corbin still in a whopping 56% of fantasy leagues, and his next outing is June 26th at the Miami Marlins. The next pitcher I looked to add on waivers this week is Albert Alzolay of the Chicago Cubs. So he had a short stint on the injured list, and he's coming back here tonight versus the Cleveland Indians to start this ball game. So on the season for him, 57 and 2/3, 4-5 record, 44 hits, 26 earned runs, 10 homers, 16 walks, 62 strikeouts, 4.06 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. In the last month before he went down, he was 20 and 2/3, 2-2 record, 18 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 homers, 9 walks, 23 strikeouts, 3.05 ERA, and a 1.31 WHIP, and a quality start for Alzolay. So his last outing was June 7th. Some owners prematurely went out there and dropped him right away, but he only spent 2 weeks on the injured list. And he's got a pretty good matchup here tonight versus the Cleveland Indians. I don't know if he'll go deep into that ball game, but still, he's a guy that should be owned in more leagues. And he's available still in 52% of fantasy leagues. So the last few outings before he went down: May 28th versus Cincinnati, 5 2/3, got the win, 5 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a 1.41 WHIP. June 2nd versus the Padres, 5 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 7 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, and an 0.80 WHIP. And then June 7th at San Diego, 3 innings, got the loss in that one, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, a homer, 5 walks, 4 Ks, a 12 ERA, and a 3.33 WHIP. So in that ball game, obviously Alzolay got hurt, but now with him available in 52% of fantasy leagues, this is the time to go out there and definitely get him. The next pitcher is Sammy Long of the San Francisco Giants. So Long, he's come out of nowhere pretty much for this San Francisco Giant team, and he's been pitching well the last 2 out of 3 outings for him. So on the season here for Long, 16 innings, 1-0 record, 11 hits, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, 17 strikeouts, a 4.30 ERA, and an 0.88 WHIP for Long with a quality start. And the last couple outings for him: June 15th versus Arizona, 5 innings, no decision, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts, a 7.20 ERA, and a 1.20 WHIP. And then his latest outing yesterday versus the Philadelphia Phillies, 6 innings, got the win in that one, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, a homer, 6 strikeouts, a 3 ERA, and an 0.83 WHIP, and a quality start. So right now, Sammy Long, he might stay in this Giant rotation, like I mentioned. And right now, he's pitching well, and there's no reason for them to really pull him. And they stretched him out a little in this ball game versus Philly, going 6 innings, and he's still available in 94% of fantasy leagues years long. So in deeper leagues, he's more of an ad. But even in leagues where you carry a lot of pitchers and stuff, he definitely could be helpful. And he's pitching for a first place club here like I will go out there and give a look and an ad here to Sammy Long this week. The next pitcher is Feyty of the Washington Nationals. So Feyty, he's got a guaranteed rotation spot, especially now with Strasburg and Scherzer on the injured list the last few weeks. And it's Feyty, he's on some type of run right now with 20 scoreless innings in a row. So he's mowing down the competition and he's pitching well. And he's been one of the top fantasy pitchers over the last few weeks on the season here for Feyty. 51 and a third, 4-4 record, 37 hits, 19 earned runs, 5 homers, 22 walks, 49 strikeouts, a 3.33 ERA, and a 1.15 whip in 3 quality starts. And then in the last couple weeks for him, 12 innings, 1-0 record, 6 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts, an 0.83 whip, and a 1 quality start in the time for Feyty. So Feyty, he's still available somehow in 85% of fantasy leagues, and in my opinion, he's a slam dunk ad this week, especially with the scoreless streak, and especially with this Washington National team getting hot and winning a lot of ball games, just beating the first place Mets over the weekend, 3 out of 4 in that one. So the last few outings here for Feyty: June 12th versus San Francisco, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, no runs, 7 Ks, and 0.80 whip. And then June 18th versus the Mets, 7 innings, tough, no decision for him, 2 hits, 4 walks, 6 Ks, and 0.86 whip in the quality start. And now his next outing here for Feyty is June 23rd at the Philadelphia Phillies. And this is a guy I think people could count on. I know over the last few seasons he's been getting hit hard, and he wasn't a top pitcher in this rotation, and he was in and out of this Washington rotation. But this might be the season where he finally put everything together. And right now, this week here, he's definitely worth an ad. The next pitcher is Chris Flexen of the Seattle Mariners. So Flexen this season, he's been up and down, but he's been more consistent than any time in his career. In the offseason here, after getting cut by the New York Mets, he went to the Seattle Mariners and he got into better shape. And it shows a little by his numbers on the season: 67 and 2/3, 6-3 record, 75 hits, 31 earned runs, 7 homers, 12 walks, 44 strikeouts, a decent 4.12 ERA, and a 1.29 whip with 5 quality starts in the season. And in the last couple outings here for Flexen in the last few weeks, 14 innings, 1-0 record, 10 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 11 Ks, a 1.93 ERA, 0.79 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Flexen, he's going out there. Obviously, he's not on the greatest of teams here with the Seattle Mariners, but he's going out there, he's giving them quality innings, and he's been a very serviceable and a pretty solid starting pitcher. And he's still available though somehow in 90% of fantasy leagues. So the last few outings here for Flexen: June 9th at Detroit, 6 innings, no decision, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 3 Ks, a 0.50 ERA, and a 1.17 whip with the qualities. June 15th versus Minnesota, 8 innings, got the win, 4 hits, no runs, 8 Ks, 0.50 whip, and a quality start. And his next outing is June 22nd here versus the Colorado Rockies. So right now, Flexen, he's on a streak. He's pitching well. And if he's out there in your fantasy league, he's definitely worth an ad this week. On the waiver wire and on team rosters, then Chris Flexen. The next pitcher is Patrick Sandoval of the Los Angeles Angels. So Sandoval, he's been on this Angel team for a few seasons, but now he's starting to get things going over the last few starts. And on the season for him, 33 1/3, 1-2 record, 30 hits, 13 earned runs, 5 homers, 13 walks, 31 strikeouts, a 3.51 ERA, and a 1.29 whip, and 2 quality starts. So they moved him into the starting rotation about a month ago here with Sandoval. And right now, he's obviously giving the Angels some results and pitching pretty well in the last couple weeks. 17 2/3, 2-1 record, 13 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 homers, 5 walks, 23 strikeouts, a 3.57 ERA, and a 1.02 whip with 2 quality starts. So his numbers are pretty solid. He's pitching about only 5 to 6 innings a game, but he's still getting wins. He's still pitching quality starts, and he's worth an ad as well, available in 81% of fantasy leagues is Sandoval. In the last few games for him: June 6th versus Seattle, 6 innings, got the loss in that one, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 10 strikeouts, a 3 ERA, 1 whip, and a quality start. June 13th at Arizona, 6 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks in that one, a 3 ERA, a 1 whip, and a quality start. Then June 19th versus the Tigers, 5 2/3, got the win, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 9 Ks, a 4.76 ERA, and a 1.06 whip here for Sandoval. So Sandoval, his next outing will come sometime this week at the Tampa Bay Rays, which is a pretty tough outing, no doubt about it. But right now, he's been pitching well, and he's definitely worth an ad this week on the waiver wire here is Patrick Sandoval. The next pitcher is Tyrique Storey of the Detroit Tigers. So Storey, he's been on the waiver wire list the last few weeks here. But hey, he's still available in 54% of fantasy leagues, and I know his numbers from afar don't look good, but the last month here, he's really been pitching well and definitely worth an ad on the season. 66 innings, 4-7 record, 65 hits, 32 earned runs, 16 homers, 31 walks, 81 strikeouts, a 4.36 ERA, and a 1.45 whip with 3 quality starts here for Storey. And the last couple weeks here for him, 12 innings, 1-0 record, 13 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 homers, 5 walks, 13 strikeouts, a 4.5 ERA, 1.50 whip, and 2 quality starts. So right there, the numbers don't tell it all, but he's going out there and he's going about 5 or 6 quality innings here for the Tigers. And I know the Tigers aren't that good of a team, but Storey, he's going out there and he's producing right now. And like I said, he's still available in 54% of fantasy leagues. He's pitching good, and he's a definite option this week. So the last few outings here for Storey, June 5th at the White Sox, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 1.80 ERA, and a 1.40 whip. June 11th versus the White Sox again, 6 innings, no decision, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a 4.5 ERA, and a 1.67 whip with a quality start. And then June 16th at the Royals, 6 innings, got the win, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a 4.5 ERA, and a 1.33 whip with a quality start. So Storey, it's pretty solid in my book the way he's pitching, and he should be added in more leagues, in my opinion, on the wire this week. And his next outing is June 22nd versus the St. Louis Cardinals. The next pitcher is Logan Gilbert of the Seattle Mariners. So another pitcher I've mentioned over the last few weeks as a waiver wire ad. And right now, Gilbert, he's still available in 60% of fantasy leagues. So far in the season for him, 28 1/3, 2-2 record, 24 hits, 13 earned runs, 3 homers, 8 walks, 29 strikeouts, 4.13 ERA, and a 1.13 whip with 2 quality starts here for Gilbert. So Gilbert, I know it's early, his numbers are still low, but he's one of the top prospects in Major League Baseball. In the last couple weeks, he's coming into the zone right now. 17 1/3, 2-0 record, 12 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 homers, 5 walks, 20 strikeouts, a 3.12 ERA, and an 0.98 whip with a quality start. So Gilbert, he's going out there, he's giving decent innings and pitching pretty well here for fantasy owners and this Mariner team. And right now, he's a definite add to the last few outings for him. June 6th at the Angels, 5 innings, got the win, 2 hits, 1 earned run, a homer, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, a 1.80 ERA, and a 1.20 whip. Then June 13th at the Indians, 6 2/3, got the win, 4 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 6 Ks, a 1.35 ERA, 0.75 whip, and a quality start. And then June 19th versus the Rays, 5 2/3, no decision, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 homers, 7 Ks. This game he struggled a little, 6.35 ERA, but a 1.06 whip. So his next outing is sometime this week at the Chicago White Sox. And I think Gilbert, even after a mediocre outing, he's going to be fine. He's going to have some growing pains, but he's definitely worth a waiver wire ad this week. The next pitcher is Mike Minor of the Kansas City Royals. So Minor, he was a recommended ad last week as well, and this week he pitched well this week in a couple starts. So on the season for Minor, 86 2/3, 6-4 record for him, 68 hits, 43 earned runs, 13 homers, 24 walks, 90 strikeouts, 4.63 ERA, and a 1.15 whip with 4 quality starts here for Minor. So Minor, the last couple weeks for him, 15 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 homers, a walk, 6 Ks, a 4.23 ERA, 1.27 whip and a quality start for Minor. So Minor, another guy like Gilbert, not on a great team, but he's still going out there. He's giving quality starts. He's getting deeper into games, it seems like, this season than he has in the past few seasons. And he's going out there and pitching pretty decent for fantasy owners. And he's available as well here, is Minor, in 59% of fantasy leagues. So the last few outings for him, June 12th at Oakland, 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 1 earned run, a homer, a walk, 8 strikeouts, 1.29 ERA, 0.57 whip, and a quality start. June 15th versus Detroit, 5 2/3, got the loss, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, a homer, 5 Ks, a 6.35 ERA, and a 1.24 whip. And then June 20th versus the Red Sox yesterday, 6 2/3, got the win, 9 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 6 strikeouts, 2.70 ERA, a 1.50 whip, and a quality start. So Minor, he's going out there each and every 5th day, giving his team a chance to win, and he's a good fantasy option, in my opinion, here to get on the wire this week. And the final pitcher I looked at on the waiver wire this week's Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals. So Wainwright, obviously up there in age. He's been in the major league 16 seasons now. And right now, he might not be available in tons of leagues. Available in 45% is Wainwright. But Wainwright on the season here, 86 2/3, 5-5 record for him, 74 hits, 37 earned runs, 11 homers, 22 walks, 79 strikeouts, a 3.75 ERA, a 1.14 whip, and 8 quality starts on the season here for Wainwright. So Wainwright, he's gone out there and he's pitched pretty decent baseball for a guy his age. And he's even gone deep into ball games this season. A couple games where he went 8 innings, a few games 7 innings, and the last couple outings for Wainwright, June 9th versus Cleveland, 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, a 2.57 ERA, and 0.43 whip, and a quality start. June 14th versus the Miami Marlins, 6 innings in that one, no decision, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a 3 ERA, 1.17 whip, and a quality start. And then June 20th versus the Atlanta Braves in that ball game, he went the complete game because it was obviously a doubleheader in that one. 7 innings, complete game, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 1.29 ERA, and an 0.86 whip with a quality start. So Wainwright, he's going out there, he's getting through lineups, and he's pitching real well here for this Cardinal team. And it impresses me at his age, he still could do this. And versus a good Atlanta team that he went the distance, even though I know it was only a 7-inning game. But right now, he's a definite add, is Wainwright. And his next outing would be versus the Pittsburgh Pirates sometime this week. So that's a few pitches I looked at on the waiver wire here in Week 12 of the fantasy baseball season.